I wrote about the whole depression, suicide thing the other day. Maybe not the best topic when you're like PMSing and hormonal and all that. I keep seeing all of these, here's what you do when your friend's depressed. Here's what you should do when you're depressed. Okay, sometimes they just make me roll my eyes like, yeah, whatever. And other times they start to really piss me off. Yesterday, I watched a video that I'll link below by Raymond Speak that I actually really liked. It was, specific things you can say to people when they're depressed. Like, instead of just random, like, reach out to your friend, he gave, like, very specific ideas, like, instead of going, hey, if I can help, let me know, which then puts the problem on the other person, whether it's because they're grieving or depressed or sick or, hell, just had a baby and need something. Like, instead of that, it would be, hey, I'm going to go to this restaurant tonight. Would you like to join me? Takes away all the decision and everything, and you can either go or not. Now, for me personally, very few of those things would ever work because I don't like going places. Being around other people is generally exhausting for me. When I'm in a good mental state, it's fine. I'm happy to hang around people, but it does wear me out. That's why I don't socialize very often. By the time I get done with my week of hanging out and spending the time I can with my husband and all my kids who stop by all the time, I just really don't have a lot of socializing mental energy left. Got that whole empath thing going on, and I just seem to absorb everybody's energy. My husband definitely recharges me. He's one of the few only people that when I'm feeling really depressed, I will get kind of clingy and be like, can we just sit and like be close? But he knows that about me, and my kids know that about me, and my friends know that about me. I had a friend reach out the other day and said, hey, this whole thing's been stressing me out, and I was just wondering if you're doing okay and if it's stressing you out too. And that was perfect. I mean, perfect. It wasn't, there was no pressure. It was like, hey, I don't know. I appreciated that a lot. But had everybody I known done that, I would have been getting a little bit stressed out about it. My daughter watched that video with me of the things to say to your friend, and she's like, all of these, like almost all of these are exactly what I would want to hear. So I guess my point is, what I would say is, get to know your friends. I mean, if your friends or your people or your loved ones actually get to know what they want, especially when they're not depressed. What do they enjoy doing when they're not depressed? They might not be in the mood for that later, but if they always love going to movies, and you've noticed they've been quiet and not going to movies, not going anywhere, just invite them along to a movie. Not, hey, you want to go see a movie sometime, but hey, I know you like these weird ass, I don't know, I don't watch movies. I'm not the one you invite to a movie, but okay, let's say there's a new Marvel movie out. You can say, hey, I'm going to go see that new Marvel movie today. Do you want to go? What time works for you? Just something more specific, I think, would be good. But in general, actually know your friends. Know what they like. Don't put a decision on their head. Don't make them come to you to ask. Just, offer something specific that you know is their kind of thing. If they love to go window shopping at the mall, ask them if they want to go hang out at the mall. If they like to go get pizza, pizza. Me, I'll just ask you to bring me a pizza because I don't want to actually go anywhere. But like I said, people who know me know that about me. And I guess I don't really know. Every time this comes up and they're like, do these things for your friends and talk to people, and I realize I never reach out. Like, I will tell people I'm in a really stressed out mood. I'm not in the mood to socialize. I'll tell my husband that I'm really struggling. But if I get to a point where I'm super depressed, I'm not going to reach out to people, most likely, unless it's my husband. I am just not. Everybody I know is struggling with problems, and it's just, I get in that mental space and I don't want to bother them. And I know that if I force it and I go and I talk to them, the whole time I'm just stressing out about their problems. Even if they don't say anything about it at all, I just know my friends well enough to know that they have their own struggles and it's just really difficult for me. What I do to reach out or share is I write. You may notice if you do read my blog that I am just way TMI sometimes. I just write it all out. I don't even need a lot of responses or anything. Just the actual process of writing it out helps me tremendously. When those thoughts are constantly cycling, if I write them out, they kind of stop cycling in my head. So I guess if you want to know what's going on in my head, read my writing. That's basically going to be it. When I'm depressed, I don't post hardly anything on Facebook. I may share things, but I don't really write a whole lot because there's not a whole lot going on other than negative crap, and I don't want to just sit there and post negative crap. And I guess I don't want reassurances from people who don't know me well enough because of that. I'm just really a pain in the ass. That's what that is. But yeah, and I haven't struggled a whole lot. Like, not like I used to when I was younger. So this isn't a, oh, I'm so depressed, please come do something for me kind of thing. It's just more of a general advice for try to actually get to know the people that you want to help. Don't just take some platitudes off of Facebook or Tumblr or Instagram or whatever and look at some meme and go, oh, I should bring my friend flowers when they're feeling gross or whatever. Because if you know them well enough to know that flowers aren't their thing, that's not going to help. I think for anyone, knowing that somebody took the time to get to know them and know exactly what it is that they do want, or even maybe they don't know what they want, but if you're offering things that they normally like, that's going to at least make them feel noticed and known and loved and cared about. Basically, I have no answers other than what seems like common sense to me, but common sense is sadly not that common. Anyway, Ulog 8.